Hello anybody and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Legacy. I'm Mr. Devious, or just Deeb, and let's get right to it again. So in the last episode we had more troubles in the Maya and we did not get to fight Ponce de Leon again, but in today's episode we are hopefully going to change that. We're going to be a Hokage because we haven't been a Hokage. Even though this does mean we're going to be colorblind again, I just want the high damage output for this character. Now the cool thing is, we have a lot of money. Because we use Sharon and Zobel, so we can buy something really nice for ourselves. We can increase the bounty we get, or we can get the ability to randomize our children even further. But I think for the interests of just making the maximum payoff, I'm just going to get the increased bounty ability, because that's just really nice to have. We also have the Guardian helmet available now for purchase, as well as another rune we can buy. We are very quickly filling up the rune slots, and once they're all done, the magic treasure chests will be replaced with money. Money and potential armor and just flat stat upgrades, so that's going to be really cool. So now that we're monochromatic again... Ow! It's time for us to head up in an attempt to reach the Maya once more. In this never-ending journey, it is going to be hell once we reach the Land of Darkness. The Land of Darkness sucks. And for all I've been saying that, just watch me get there and clear it in like 2 episodes. Just watch. That's how these things always go. If you brag about something being hard in a Let's Play, it turns out to be easy. And if you say something's going to be easy, it ends up being hard. Not that I've said the Maya would be easy, but I didn't think it would take us so many more episodes than the castle and the forest, which both took only 4 episodes. Makes you think. In retrospect, Rogue Legacy was a lot harder than I remembered it being, and I remembered it being pretty challenging, so... Well, let's just read another journal entry for now. Journal entry number 18. I have bested the beast of the tower, and once again I could feel the throne room give up some of its power. The rush I feel from this victory is intoxicating. Never have I felt so confident, so powerful, so at home. Just a little further and I will be able to earn my reward. I'm so close. I will make my father proud. So his story, he's actually ahead of us now because he has been able to get past Ponce de Leon. He's beaten the boss of the Maya. Well, screw fighting monsters. We are going to do the dagger target challenge again. Missed. Okay. A good thing to do is just kind of remember where the target is when you've thrown it. Like, get used to throwing your dagger from a certain distance, like a certain jump, and get used to just where the target is when you throw the dagger, if that makes sense. And we're actually doing all right this time. Okay. We only have 1 dagger left, but if we hit this target, we'll be in the money. Yes! You couldn't even hit 8 targets? Pfft, good luck. I did hit 8 targets. You jerk. You guys saw it. I broke 8 targets. This is nonsense. I'm gonna kill you. Did I break 8 targets or did I only break 6? Whatever. Now I'm upset. Now I'm sad. Oh well. I'll just take my rage out on these fools. On these clown lords. Oh well. I'll just keep going up the castle. We've got ourselves the passage that leads up into the Maya. Let's just take these guys out for prosperity. And I do mean prosperity because we are making money out of it. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is a bad place to be in. Whoop. Got a good old dodge in. These pupils, they think they're tough. But they're not that bad. Again, though, monochromatic, not a great condition to have. I may as well be playing on hard mode. Not that this game really has a hard mode, I don't think. By which I mean there's no, like, setting for a hard mode. New Game Plus definitely does make things more difficult, though. Alright, we're just gonna deal with the warg. By which I mean we're going to teleport past everything. Not quite everything, though. And the Worgens only take one hit with the Hokage, so we can take advantage of that. Also, good ability, the good thing about the Hokage's teleport ability, really nice for dealing with the Shield Knights and getting around them, the Hulk guards. Or you can just hit them head on. Either method works fine against them. Ow! I hate wargs. I hate them so much. I should have just been able to hit it and be done with it. But no. Somehow I got sloppy. I got sloppy in an unexpected way and I died. Grrr. Well, as much fun as it would be to be dyslexic, by which I mean it's probably not fun at all, not saying anything, not trying to offend any dyslexics out there, we're gonna be a clumsy eidetic memory spelunker. Not great for fighting a boss, no, but money, eidetic memory, it'll be great. Trust me. It'll be great. Let's just increase our armor. Nice, reliable armor. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Isn't it? And I'm not used to the slow speed. It's always a little staggering to go from the Hokage to any other class. You're just not expecting the speed to go slow down so drastically. Well, since our main function as the miner, spelunker, is to make money, let's make some gold. Let's get some sweet cash up in here. What's in this room? Ooh. And here we find Hermes' boots. Hermes' boots actually don't do quite what I thought they did. Like, I thought they gave you a floatier jump. And maybe they do. Maybe they do, because it does feel floatier and higher. But they also make it so that you don't trigger floor traps. So that's really, really nice. I'm a big fan. Again, the only talisman that's bad is the Hedgehog's Curse. But since it's so rare, it's almost always worth it to pray at a shrine if you can, you know, if you can afford it. Also, yes, I am fighting these clown lords. No. Turning on my headlight does nothing. Okay, we've killed one. Killed one. Just as long as you don't panic and you stay between, like, a couple of the... There you go. As long as you stay between a couple of the attacks properly, you won't have too bad of a time fighting those guys. Even though, you know, kind of made a little bit of a silly fool of myself taking a hit there like I did. Well, why did I jump when I did? That was not the right time to jump. I got the timing all wrong. Zombo. Also getting used to the fact that the Spelunker is pretty weak. Not a strong class at all. So, you know. But you need to fight to get the money from the enemies, so there's no winning. Now. I'm doing it again. I just said now again. We almost got hit by this bone from below. And for you... But we are clearing out the enemies in the castle in like no more than 2 hits. Most of them, so that's pretty nice to see. Come here. There we go. And we've found ourselves the entrance up into the Maya. And we know where the boss door is. Oh, we've also found another way into the Maya. Okay, let's go over this way. Take no damage. Easy. But how are we gonna get out of here easily? Isn't that the question? Just like that. Nice, precise little jump. Oh boy. I'm always a little on edge when I'm playing as the Spelunker, and you can see why. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking. Also, my nose is itching. This is a bad time for that. Ah! I'm just not even gonna bother fighting those dudes down there. Screw that. Oh boy, big dudes. However, They're not really any harder. But here I am taking dumb hits. And we died. I was trying to get more money from fighting those dudes. Well. Let's be Sir Taco, the Hokage. It's time to talk ourselves up. I'm sorry, that was bad. But since we're here, we may as well get ourselves some new piece of armor. Like this chest plate. And it greatly increases our armor, so now we'll be able to defend ourselves much better out there. So that's good. That's very good. Also, it would be nice to get extra gold, but I'm not gonna get that right now. It's just not worth it right now. Sage limbs are nice, though. Just the fact that you get even more gold than the gold you were getting. But I'm going to worry more about what I have right now, and I'm going to increase my attack. And now it's off to the castle as a Hokage again. Not colorblind this time, just nostalgic, reminiscing, if you will. And boy, are we mad. Do I have ADHD? Because I feel fast, but I don't know if I'm, like, incredibly fast. No, I'm just nostalgic. It just feels like I'm even faster than normal. Well, whatever. No worries. Yeah, nostalgic is a lot better than monochromatic. Because at least you still get some measure of being able to distinguish colors in this mode, not so much in monochromatic. I already am missing the Spelunker's ability to see things in other rooms that are nearby. I do miss it already. But we're going to avoid trouble as we run into it, because I still am trying to place a big focus on killing Ponce de Leon. I'm not doing a very good job of it, I know. I could be doing much better in that regard. My eyeball is very itchy. This is bad. Okay, not much really noteworthy about these rooms that we have right here. So let's just keep going up. Those guys aren't any big deal to worry about. And here we have the Maya. Well, we could throw these around just to get some extra damage in there. They're not really a screen nuke, but they are useful, especially if you can pin enemies with the spell. And if you get, like, hypergonadism, where you knock enemies around, you can just send enemies flying. That's not necessarily a good thing, though, because they can just come flying right back into you. So, it's kind of a circumstantial spell, depending on its usefulness, like, depending on the room type you use it in. Like, it's better in tight corridors and big open rooms, if just because it bounces around more and it'll hit enemies more. Unless the weapon disappears more quickly, depending on how many walls it hits. Like, after it hits a certain a number of walls, it disappears, or if that's not the way it does things. You know what I'm saying. Whether it's time-based or collision-based. And I'm not sure what the case is. Ergo, Hokage's having a pretty good time. Eat the chicken leg, beat that dude up. Not gonna get shot by that guard box because screw it. I hate it. Oh boy, this is a bad place to be right now. Well, we survived, even though there's a mini Ponce de Leon still running around. And if this guy would just come down here, we could get rid of him much more easily. Also, yes, it is a good idea to buy more runes, just for the ability to swap between them based on your class, and I know I haven't been doing that much, but that's just because there's so much to spend your money on. Anyway, just gonna pop our head in here real quick. No. No. Alright, let's give ourselves another shot at the boss. with our old nostalgic vision. Welcome back to Ponce de Leon once more. We're probably gonna die. But the Hokage's ability to teleport and warp around can be useful if applied properly. Stop dashing around, Ponce de Leon, you jerk. And we're dead. Not without doing a significant amount of damage, but he is dead. I mean, we're dead. I wish he was dead, but we're dead. Anyway, I'm gonna check the time real quick. Alright, we're good to go again. But what class are we going to take? Sure, let's see how long Sir Ganz will last. We could use a laugh. A skinny, glaucomic dragon. That's why bestiality is a bad idea. You get glaucoma. I'm not being serious there, by the way. I mean, look, I'm not even gonna have this discussion anymore before I say something really dumb that I don't mean to say, so I'm just gonna be quiet now. We can afford something really nice though, so let's see what the most expensive thing we can afford is. We could buy Death Defy. We could increase our weight limit again, but these things aren't mutually exclusive. Let us get the healing capabilities improved. And also, magic damage up, since we are a dragon. So this is what glaucoma does. Makes everything dark, and it's already dark down in the mines, so imagine what the combined effect is going to be. I mean, we're not going to go down there. Although if it's close, we might just pop our head in just to see how absurdly dark it gets down there. Overall, this could be worse, though. Could be so much worse. And again, as we've discussed before, the dragon's fireballs, pretty strong, pretty reliable, infinitely regenerate. But you can't just spam them, otherwise you'll run out of mana. That's bad. That's real bad. But otherwise, kind of crap stats otherwise. The flight's nice, though. Ow! And if you get hit, you get knocked out of your flight, so you need to readjust yourself based on that. And since we are an ectomorph who is skinny, if we get hit, we get sent flying. Which can be good and bad. There are no bottomless pits in this game, so technically you can't get stun-locked off a cliff, but you can get knocked back into other enemies and just have a really bad time. We're not even going to deal with this butthole. He's a jerk. I don't like him. I don't want to... We don't even have enough money to really justify gambling. It's not really worth it. Well, whatever. For now, money. And who doesn't love money? People who don't like capitalism, maybe. Post your comments about how you feel like feel about capitalism. I mean, you can. Don't actually, but you can. I don't care. You can post about whatever you want. You can post about butts if you like. That's just how YouTube comments are. You can say whatever you want, for better and for worse. That's just how it is. Look, when you're a dragon in the dark, there's only so many things you can say because the situation kind of speaks for itself. But I do actually kind of like the darkness effect in here. It kind of fits the castle environment. It just makes it extra spooky. And I do like spooky. I don't actually know anybody with glaucoma, so I don't know if this is anything what it's like. Obviously, it's an exaggeration adapted in a way that's understandable for a video game. So I'm just not going to talk about it anymore. Before I say something really dumb. And of course, that rune was no problem at all. A lot of the platforming runes become trivial once you get the ability to fly with the dragon. It's just kind of funny that they also kind of hide. They kind of hide the class. Yeah, the class. They kind of hide the class with the whole. You gotta know to go up the flagpole to get it. And that's really interesting. Like, if you don't notice that you can go up that flagpole, you potentially will never find it. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, it just kind of makes it a fun little secret you can find. Especially since the dragon class honestly is not that great. It's not particularly outstanding when measured against the other classes of the game, and it's more gimmicky than anything. And here we have a don't take any damage room yet again, which yet again trivialized by our flight. Lots of bookcases in here though. I do miss the ability to just jump normally though. Oh well. Treasure chest over here with lots of money. Ow! Okay. We've actually cleared out quite a few rooms of the castle area. May as well get ourselves some HP. Just scratching my nose before we head in there, because there's nothing like an itch to ruin a run. Just having an itch that you can't scratch because you are just too busy scratching, you are too busy and trying to focus on the threat at hand. You know? I'm sure you know. Everybody knows what it's like to have an itch at a bad time. It's just one of those really human experiences. Seriously, I don't know why it's so bad though. Open this treasure chest. Get the money. This room is almost done. Good enough. And oh, we got ourselves an entrance into the Maya. Let's take this better option into the Maya, just because we get a better angle on which to approach our enemies from. Also, this really turns the game into a shmup, because now you're flying. So it does kind of have a spacey element. If you replaced all the sprites with, like, sci-fi sprites, you could have a bona fide shmup here. Thankfully, this is going alright, but don't get cocky as a dragon. Dragons die as quickly as they kill. Just a big rule of thumb. Rule of thumb? Rule of fun? Rule of fun. No, 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 no. I don't like Worgens. Worgens are dangerous. Worgens give you a bad time. And I'm not into that. Now there is a tiny hole we can get through, by which I mean we cannot get through right now because sadly we're a tall, skinny dragon and not a dwarf. However, our flight has come in handy in order to let us fly through here. There's a treasure chest at the back of this room. Let's get ourselves a nice advantage point here. And bada bing, bada boom. We're not hurting for money, I can say that much. And our health is doing alright too, so once we find that boss, we're going right in. Unless our health is so low, it would be more profitable to actually scout for health, but hopefully I didn't just jinx it by saying that. Thought I almost got hit by the Chainter's chain from above. We got ourselves a jukebox. A long hallway. Ooh, where is Ponce? Where are you? Ponce de Leon? I don't even want to go in that room, because there are mages and worgens, none of which I like. So let's take our odds with the tall, skinny room first. Ow! And of course, take a hit right away. This is not a great situation to be in. I'll tell you what. We got missiles. But thankfully something is blocking the ones in the back over there. So they're not as bad as they could be. Get rid of them. Can't get that treasure chest, we are too big. We are too big for treasure. And... oh, that was bad timing. Oh boy, this is not good. But we got rid of that. 2 fireballs, and it is done. There's like no recharge time on the fireballs, by the way, so if that's a concern you have, don't worry about it. Like, you can mash it, but I try not to mash it. I try to make each shot count so I don't spend all of my mana in one, like, ridiculous fire-happy moment. However, like that. However, the dragon does have a pretty easy time dealing with the portraits, just being able to kind of fly. But if you are in a narrow passage, not so much. Dragons are at home in tall passages where they can get the most maneuverability, but you could probably guess that just by looking at the class. Yeah, I can't get to that treasure chest, I just remembered. Well, at least we're getting good music to listen to this whole time. Okay, I won't sing. Whoop. Like this room, great for a dragon. And they're really great against enemies that only really have a melee or a weak projectile, so, you know. Again, they're not a broken class, but they do have their very noticeable weaknesses. But where they excel, no class can really compare to some of the advantages they offer. There's a lot of enemies in here. Oh, unfortunately, something you gotta keep in mind is just with the way that the placement of the tiles in the castle works, is just that sometimes you can get caught on the geometry of the level, and that kind of sucks. I'm just wondering if we can weave between these in a nice and effective manner in order to get over to the end of this room and get this treasure chest. Very nice. That's a new sword. Alright. From here we go down. Is it really just an archer in here? And 2 portraits. Nope! See, that's what I mean by you shouldn't spam your mana like I just did. Because if you do that, the enemy gets invincibility frames too. That's something you need to account for. Which I did not. I'm gonna check the time again. Alright, this one's gonna go a little longer because I really want to try and get to the boss again and try another fight against them. So, for that purpose, we are going to be the Paladin. And I wouldn't like to be dementia, but well, that's just what we're gonna deal with. We are gonna buy the ability to randomize children, which, if we toggle off the icons, we can see is a telescope. Incidentally, Birder, my friend Birder, clarified for me that when he said that the castle was bigger, he didn't mean the castle you go through in-game, not Castle Hampson, but this manor, than when he played, and that must have been like an earlier build of the game, because I don't remember it being any smaller than this. So I don't know what that's all about. Also, we're nearsighted again, so... blah. Have fun looking at that. Alright, Ponce de Leon. I got your number. And I'm gonna come and I'm gonna find you, and that's gonna be the end of you. I don't even care that I took a hit there, because I am so strong as a paladin, I don't even have to worry. That attitude, though, will get you killed. And this enemy's fake. Dementia. But hey, a carnival! 5 axes to destroy 10 targets. Okay, I did watch a video that showed a good way of doing this. So first, you want to start by doing that. You want to position yourself at the opposite side and do that. Next, you want to jump to about there. Take out as many as you can. Do the same thing from this side. And now I think if you just throw it from like here. Okay, I didn't quite do that right. Whatever. The principle is sound, though. Unless I really screwed that up. I'm just not gonna worry about it. Just not gonna worry about it. No fighting in this room to get the fairy chest. And now that we got the fairy chest, we can fight all we want. We'll just put up our shield, fall to the bottom, and we're fine. Everything is fine. I am hoping that we find the shrine that we can pray to, because there is something cool that you can get with specific characters with specific traits. And it would be neat to get that this time around. But we'll see. Take no damage. How did that happen? I tried to double jump, and it didn't work. Oh well. We've been getting a lot of runes as it is. I'm not too worried about runes. Okay. That guard box is fake. That's one of the enemies you do not want to be fake. I mean, I guess you would technically kind of want it to be fake, but in the sense of you don't want to, like, you don't want to spend your whole time in a long room dodging missiles that aren't real. Now, this weird structured castle thankfully took us straight to the Maya, and this isn't the forest. Because it's just... the structure's weird. It's weird, man. Also, I think something to keep in mind is when you go through the castle, and it's so easy now, it's easy to just, once you're done in there, to still have your guard down from the easy enemies that you fought in there. By which I mean, it's easy to let your guard down enough from the castle that it carries over to when you're in the Maya, so that you perform more sloppily and kind of get hurt more easily. You dig? You get me? You get me, home slice? Oh my god, don't listen to me. Thankfully, Planky is almost dead, and we did it. Worgens! How could I have known? I guess I couldn't have, really, but... Ooh. I don't like Worgens, and I know they're probably a lot more predictable than I'm making them out to be. Like, I'm sure they trigger within a certain range, like, immediately. But it's figuring out that range, and just the speed at which they lunge at you. It's tricky. In the meantime, though, we got a blueprint for a silver sword. Kinda late. But in my experience, the sword upgrades take the longest to find. Maybe it's totally random and maybe I'm crazy, but maybe not. Just wanted to get rid of that dude so we wouldn't think he was real any more than he wasn't. And there's a guard box over there. Whoop. Thankfully, they aren't too bad to deal with. Got ourselves some more mana, and it's another carnival. 5 axes. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, now we'll try it over from this side. Now over from this side. And now over from here. Yes! Only 7 left. Smashing! You managed to leave no more than 10 targets. Since I no longer have enough targets to run this gig, I might as well give you my stash. And for our troubles, we get a ranger sword. Your rewards for winning at the circus are basically the kind of rewards you would get for beating mini-bosses. So, you know, blueprints, tons of money, stuff like that, stat increases. We got a blueprint for a sword, so I'm pretty happy with that. Ah! Unfortunately, we did take a hit there. Very sloppy hit. But since we're so big, we do manage to get... That's how you do that. What was I saying? Since... forget it. I'm sure it wasn't important. We did take a hit on the way out, but we did get ourselves frickin' enemies that aren't real. We managed to get a blueprint, so I'm happy. And here we are at the boss door. Ponce de Leon, I have your number. Maybe. I don't know. I could very quickly and easily die. Sure would be nice if I had something better to heal at. Or heal with. Sadly, that doesn't seem to be in the cards. Whoop. The nice thing about dementia, though, and by which I mean just a side effect of dementia, is if you get any fake portraits, you won't know that they're fake until they start attacking you, so, you know, they're literally a non-threat. They are, I mean, you might have to worry about them a little bit, or you might worry about them a little bit when you see their placement, but once you hit a Doomvis, you'll know. Because that's how you gotta trigger it, right? Anyway, kinda skirting around doing this. I know I gotta heal, but... Alright, let's go in. It's time for a rematch, this time in full color. Alright, Ponce de Leon. This time, you're definitely going down. Unless I take a dumb hit like that. Frickin' spike balls. And... will our paladin survive? That's a good question. I do really like this boss fight, though. There was a YouTube comment that actually made a good point of this. I forget who made it, but it was something along the lines of, it keeps a good frenetic energy and pace, and there's a big strategy in where you lead him and how, and just constantly being in motion and having to turn yourself around to take pot shots at him and get the most out of your attacks. And just getting rid of the fireballs and the other things in the most efficient way possible. Oh boy, this isn't quite what I... Ow! Damn it! Oh, we got him to half health, but it wasn't enough. Sir Hornsby has been slain by Ponce de Leon. Oh well. Well, we tried. We got a lot of money in this episode, and we did make significant progress, though, at least, so I am happy about that. But that's gonna be it for today. I hope in the next one, though, that we will be able to fight the boss, and I know I keep saying that, and fight the boss and kill it, but we've been getting a lot of upgrades, so I think we're ready, we just need to have a good run. For now, though, that's going to be the end of today's episode, so thank you for watching, and if you'd like to see more, then I just hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye!